Hi everyone, welcome to my space, uh, the back of my van. Glad we can all fit in here together. Well, it is a spaceship anyway, always was, from the first day I got it. Yeah, big moon roof, big sunroof, and yeah, I have seen a spaceship when I was sleeping in here once down on the coast. When I woke up in the morning, I had it open and I saw it just take off. Anyway, just hope you're all doing well. And yeah, very rocky time, strange time. A lot of letting go, a lot of realization of and detaching from the material plane and everything that we hold on to as our, defining that that's who we are when it's not really at all. I just went for a drive back to a small town where I used to live, and it's just so strange. It's like I felt that same energy there that when I lived there, but I just had nothing, like no connection to it whatsoever. And I was like, I'd walked back into someone else's story, and I had a lot of different, stories in that town. Um, Good and bad, like everywhere, I suppose. And but it's just so interesting. Like I just felt like when I went down to the water, and this tree I used to sit on at dawn every single morning, watch the sun come up before I went to work. I'd take my little dog down and we'd just sit under this tree and like 5:30 watch the sun come up. And I did that for, I don't know, 10 years or more. Watch the sun come up in, just meditating. And so I went up to that tree and wow, we just connected. I said, "Do you remember me?" And it's like, yeah. And it just showed me its energy though. And like, it showed me it was blue. I found a blue dragonfly. I had it on my finger and I had all blue on. So there's something blue going on in the realms, which is a great color. And yeah, it showed me like my vehicle, my light vehicle, and how we think we're grounding like into this solid earth, but we're actually grounding into our own vehicle, our light vehicle, whatever. Yeah, and that's what the tree showed me. It said we think it's solid and that, but it showed me its energy and how it's in other realms too, and it was just beautiful. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know don't get attached to being, grounded somewhere in one place, unless, that's where your soul wants you to be. But you can be grounded anywhere, like, because it's really in your heart. That's the true grounding. It's to the divine in your heart. And, to the higher realms. That's beautiful. That's the only thing that's going to keep you from not rocking too much. Anyway, enough chatty chat. I picked the American Indian cards today, because they talk to me so much. They tell me stories so easily, and so what what came out is like, and what they showed me this as Ace of Air was, I don't read it like, I read tarot cards forever, but I don't read them these like that, because they tell stories and with what's going on now in the planet, not in the way they used to be or the way we used to be and think. So what that was saying to me is there's a new powerful spirit in our air, like really powerful and really beautiful. But interesting that I got stress. The stress that the power, 5 of fire, change. And we know it's like the fires that are going on the earth are just terrible for everyone that's being affected, and the animals. It's so hard to watch, but at the same time you want to, because you want to be there for them energetically, which everything helps. And but so this new spirit in the air is just magnifying everything and showing everything up. Everything in our, like, this spirit is just turning everything on so we can see everything about ourselves, each other, and about, and there's something trying so hard for not to allow this to happen. But it's going to happen anyway, because it's already happening, because it's happening inside of us. And right with that, I just looked there and I got beneath the surface. What's really driving you? True motives, breaking free. And I think this is what it's all about. That's about what's driving us. And we're breaking free as a race, as humanity, from the true motives that have been under the water. But now everything's becoming crystal clear. Everything's been brought to the surface, and that's in our bodies. I know I've had strange things happening in my body with fire water coming up at night, waking me up, and it's like, whoa, and it's like so powerful. And a lot of other things, trying to stop this process, but been in that battle for a long time now. Anyway, so what it's telling me, we got the small, what I see, this is high consciousness, like the Holy Spirit in your heart, in the middle of the 4 directions. Absolute balance, like going back in to your 0 point. And that's exactly what's happening. And this powerful new spirit of the air is just bringing everything out and cleansing, and it can be brutal cleansing. We know that, like when we go through personal cleansing. I had years when I was younger, just brutal, but it's worth it. It's the only way we can offload, and so we can get back to, a lot of us came here to do our ancestors and all of that. So it's been a long, heavy journey of unlayering, but it's been worth every second, because we must endure. We will get to see the results of our efforts, even though it doesn't feel like it sometimes. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of loss along the way, already has been, and there will be a lot more. But this is the new earth, the new nurturing, the new abundance is coming from that connection with earth, that beautiful connection. Because in the light body, she's in her light body, her Merkaba, and that's a grounding. Like, that's not the old grounding that we relate to, but it's a grounding, and she's a galactic being, and so are we, and so we're going to get to experience that together. So if you're not getting answers about what's happening in that, like people are always saying, you look at this is happening in 5 days, that portal's opening, that's happening now. Just sort of go beyond all those words and go into your heart, because it's bigger than all that. And just say we're creating a new reality. Well, why would we use our old knowledge to create a new reality? So we just got to allow ourselves to be in that neutral space and let unfold. Don't look for answers. We need connection. We need to share, but don't look for the answers, because people say they've got the answers, but they haven't. If you look back over what a lot of people have said, most of it hasn't happened the way they've said. And it doesn't mean they're wrong at the time. They might be right at the time. There's many different outcomes. But it's not about that. It's about not looking for the answers. But we need connection. And I know I live out of town. I don't hardly see anyone. And it's beautiful, like listening to people that are just sharing. Not trying to give answers, just sharing their part of it, like I am. Like we've all got something to share. And yeah, so I got, after the new earth, the Ace of Earth, and then like 3 of Earth, creation. I love that. Look at the new seeds of creation growing there in all aspects of our being, and the trees growing in that new energy, which is grounded with the earth, but in a whole new, lighter frequency. And it's beautiful. And that connection will connect with our hearts only. And then steps in the mother of air. Isn't she beautiful? Bringing messages and knowledge. And wisdom. The mother of all mothers, connecting with us now as we rebirth into the new reality. So here we go. Change, 2 of Earth, duality, change, shifting into oneness. And it doesn't mean you lose your uniqueness, because you always have your own signature, even when you're with Source. And the accumulation of your soul journeys, experiences, that's a part of your signature. And your original divine blueprint that you first were emanated out with. So it's a wonderful time, and embrace it. And I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to say here, and what the cards are saying. And yeah, just be strong, be clear, be this. Inner power, unbridled confidence, claiming your place. Claim your place. Okay, thanks for joining me, and see you next time. Bye for now.